Nowadays, AI is everywhere. If you're not using AI, you almost feel like you are being left out and you have a feeling of being left out, or what they call as FOMO. So in this video, we are going to talk about how you can use AI on a terminal. It reminds me of one of these ads which used to come when I was growing up. There was this protagonist of a Colgate ad where she used to ask the participant, does your toothpaste have salt? So I'm thinking like asking this question to the audience, does your terminal have AI in it? Now the analogy might be different, but it sounds a bit funny. So let's get started and see what AI capabilities does a terminal bring in. I've been working with Warp Terminal and I did a video sometime back about this. This is a very handy terminal if you're working with Mac OS. I'm still waiting for them to come up with a Windows version, but I find it very useful when I'm working on Mac operating system to use Warp as my preferred terminal. I used to use iTerm before, but since I switched over to Warp, I've never looked back at any other terminal. It has got so many other features, but the feature we are going to talk about today is specifically about the AI capabilities of this terminal. Now imagine that you are running a command and you don't remember the complete syntax of that command. We know from the past experience, and there is also a lot of studies in the market done to demonstrate that every time a person has to do a context switch, there is a drop in the productivity. Imagine you can do everything in your terminal itself. If you are a person who likes to work with terminal without having to switch from your terminal to a browser or any other external resource. Now imagine this situation where I'm working on a terminal and I need some information to run my particular command. It could be a very simple thing like when you are listing the contents of a directory, you want to sort them in particular order and you don't know exactly how it is to be done. Inside Warp, I have this option of asking this question in an English language and it will give me the answer. So let's try the very simple scenario here where I want to, let's say, sort the contents of this directory in, let's say, descending order, and we want to use the creation date as the criteria. So you can see that it easily switches from the command mode to like an AI mode, and it starts to think about what could be the command which can be executed here, and it gives us a suggestion here saying I could use a ls command with -lt as a flag and then provide the time equal to creation and in the reverse direction. If I run here, the moment I press the enter, it automatically runs that particular command for us. And you can see the output of that particular command run against my current directory, which is like 05 import existing resources, where I have multiple Terraform files and files related to this series of videos I'm doing on Terraform. And in that, we can see that it has listed the file based on the contents of the directory when they were created, based on the creation date. So we find that terraform.tf state was created today, just a few minutes back. It's 10:39 and it was created at 10:13, so about half an hour before. And we also have the resource group.tf, which was created on Sunday, commands.md created on Sunday, 25th of August. And this way it gives us the output in a very user-friendly manner. Now, what if I want to do a slightly complex thing? Imagine that I want to work with things like the environment variables, or I want to work with a particular CLI, like a Azure CLI. I work quite a lot with creating infrastructure in Microsoft Azure, or I work a lot with Azure CLI, and sometimes I don't want to expose my subscription ID, for example. So in that case, let's try to ask a bit of a complex question. I want to create, let's say, an environment variable. In my Terraform series, I have the need to create this environment variable, which is named as ARM subscription ID for the subscription. So this is an environment variable which I want to populate with what is the subscription ID for my Azure subscription. So let's type this question saying create the environment variable named, and I will paste the name ARM subscription ID and say at the same time populate it with the value of current Azure subscription. So I'm expecting the Azure CLI to be invoked here, and I have a typo here. So let's correct that typo. It's current Azure subscription, and I also don't want to expose the subscription ID on the terminal. So I want to put this constraint that and don't expose the subscription ID on the terminal output. So let's see if this type of a complex scenario is able to be handled by this particular WARP terminal in its AI capability. And we can see that it says to create an environment variable named ARM subscription ID and to populate it with the current Azure subscription. We need to first obtain the subscription ID using Azure CLI, then set the environment variable. And to avoid the subscription ID, we will use the AZ account show command with JQ tool to extract the subscription ID in a command substitution. So it's intelligent enough to do this substitution for us and to take that request into consideration that we don't want to expose this sensitive information in a clear text. So it's already storing it into like a temporary variable and then assigning it to the ARM subscription ID. If I want to run this command, all I have to do is press the enter key, and we can see that it has created that. And it also gives us the suggestion that if I want this to be output on the terminal, now I can use the echo command. But I don't want to use the echo command here because I don't want to expose that subscription ID. And I want to stop here. So I can just disable the AI mode by deleting or just pressing the backspace key. With that, we can see that the WARP terminal is able to handle a simple command where we ask it to perform some action based on our English language syntax by giving a very natural language instruction saying list the contents of the directory and order them by the creation date or last updated date, and also a complex situation where we are asking the prompt to create the subscription ID, to query the subscription ID from our current Microsoft Azure subscription and assign it to an environment variable. So I think it's a very handy situation where you don't have to do the context switch within the terminal itself. If you work quite a lot with terminal based applications, if you're working quite a lot in the terminal without having to use the graphical user interface, and you still have the need to explore things, you can still be within your own terminal. You can continue with your workflow without having to switch the context and use a browser or some other tool to query for the information. Personally, I find this very useful and I hope you will give this a try. Let me know in the comments how you find this tip useful, and hopefully you will take a liking for the WARP terminal. Until next time, code with passion and strive for excellence. Thanks for watching this video. If you find this useful, please hit the like button and subscribe to my channel. Looking forward to hear from you. Do let me know in the comments whatever is your feedback. Thanks for watching this.